Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kira.
And we are the Keepers of the Books, your online librarians, and we're here with a weekly reads. We have an interesting selection for you, some from our March book haul, and some not from our March book haul. We have Bookish news this week, and it is going to be in the middle, just to change things up. And remember, the books are always in the description, so if you want to see what's in this video, go ahead and just check out right there. I'm going to review the Disney Beauty and the Beast coloring book from the Art of Coloring series. In our coloring book haul, you will notice that we do like this series a lot. So this is Disney Editions. The pages are beautiful and they're detailed. You're going to have some that are like scenes from the movie and some that are simply patterns that fit with the theme. Kira wants to be sure that we show you this page with Mrs. Potts and Chip. There are many beautiful pictures. There are some scenes from the Librarian here and lots of pictures of books to color. That is a great way to relax and chill out, maybe with an audiobook or the audiobook of Lost in a Book by Jennifer Donnelly.
Seaborn, The Lost Prince by Matt McLeish. This one's been out a little while, but does have some sequels. This follows the story of Dean Seaborn, and Seaborn is the last name you get when nobody knows who your parents are. You appear to be an orphan. And he's been working for a pirate king, and he gets on the bad side of this pirate king. And in order to get back on the guy's good side, he's sent on a spy mission to spy on one of his other ships. As a result, he ends up on this last island called Zenhala, where everybody thinks he is the lost prince. And as he starts doing all these challenges that they assign to figure out if he really is the royal prince, he starts to wonder if he really might be. After all, he doesn't know who he is. Is he the lost prince? Will he remain on the good side of the pirate king? This is a fun seafaring adventure for anyone who loves pirates, missing princes, and just plain fun fantasy adventure. I would recommend this for anywhere from grades 5 all the way up through 9th grade, or ages 10 to 15. This is a review book from Edgemont.
It is a review copy from Disney Editions, and it has this beautiful purple satin cover with gold. Look at the pretty gilded edges. It's just a really beautiful book, and you can tell that it's meant to be a keepsake, which it is. To me, this seems like this is commemorative of the Broadway play. Ooh. So I have to show the pretty picture. This has a lot of information on the actors and all the behind the scenes on the plays and the Broadway musical and everything that it takes to put it together. Now, I am completely just guessing here. I am thinking that this book was made to be sold at the Broadway musical as a commemorative, keepsake. It's a beautiful book, and I think it's definitely, either a coffee table book or a commemorative keepsake type thing. Just beautiful for the people who love Aladdin in your life. And if you wait for Bookish news, we have Bookish news about Aladdin in there as well.
Playing Cupid by Jenny Meyerhoff. This follows the story of Clara Martinez. As part of one of her assignments for school, she's supposed to come up with a business plan for a business she makes up. She decides to come up with a matchmaking business to do with her friends, because she claims she's really good at it. All of a sudden, however, she starts getting secret admirer notes in her locker, and she is just terrible with romance for herself, even if she's good with it for her friends. And as she tries to figure out who her secret admirer is, she really fumbles it badly. Will she find out who her secret admirer is? And can she find love for herself? This is just a cute, silly, funny story. This is actually a series called Wish, and one of the ones in the series I've read before, Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh, it's by Wendy Mass. She's a pretty good author. The kids really like her.
Other ones in the series are The Last Present and
You're Baking Me Crazy.
You're Baking Me Crazy.
Bacon, like B-A-C-O-N. For those of you who don't know about these scholastic romances, they're for grades probably 5 through 7, and so they're just kind of that tween romance, innocent, sweet puppy love kind of stuff, which is also ages 10 to 13.
Yeah.
And so they read on about a 5th grade level usually.
Girls really like them. They're extremely popular at my library.
They're even popular in the junior high. And the nice thing about these scholastic books is, 1, they have a good price point, and 2, when you buy these at the book fairs, you are supporting the school. They do get profits from that. The only exception to that, I believe, sometimes they have one that's like buy one, get one, or buy one, get one half off or something like that right before school gets out so that they can get books into the hands of the kids so to avoid the reading slide. These are just real sweet, real innocent things. And
they're definitely good
them.
for reluctant readers.
They are. A lot of the girls really, really like them too because they kind of remind them of themselves. They're a little unsure. So it's time for Bookish news.
Aladdin, according to some people I ran into at Comic-Con, showed me an announcement that Aladdin is going to be made into a live-action movie. It hasn't been announced when it will come out, but it will be fun to look forward to.
How was Comic-Con?
Comic-Con was so much fun.
Now, we are talking about FanX in Salt Lake City. Kira had a chance to go and meet some cool people, and for all of our littlest viewers out there, we promise that we will get some more Thomas the Train put in the mystery box. Kira will be expecting it, but you know, each one's a little bit different, so.
We did have some adamant fans that really said they wanted Thomas back.
A lot of them. And we also had some more suggestions from our littlest viewers out there.
So we will be adding some more mystery bags to our big mystery box.
Maybe I will try to find Transformers, Hot Wheels, more Shopkins, more Thomas and Friends. Sync YA starts April 27th. For those of you who don't know, you can go ahead and text Sync YA, SYNCYA, to the number 25827, and they will send you reminders, or you can go to audiobooksync.com and sign up for email alerts. They will send you 2 titles every week that you can download, either with Overdrive or onto your computer. Those titles are yours to keep forever, but you can only download them that week.
In other bookish news that's kind of sad, Amy Krauss Rosenthal, a very popular picture book author who wrote The Dot, recently passed away at age 51. She will be missed.
This is not a middle school magazine or appropriate for junior high in any way, although it is a PG-13 level read. And this is not my typical kind of read, but I know there are a lot of you out there who like this, so I am including it. This is Harlequin's new magazine, A Billionaire's Romance. It's a special. It's out until, looks like May 5th. So I'm assuming they're going to have more magazines like this, showcasing all their different series. Harlequin has so many different series. For those of you who like those red paperbacks with men missing shirts, there are 3 authors that have short stories in this magazine that are showcased. For instance, there's The Greek Tycoon's Baby by Lynn Graham. I really liked that the only advertisements were for these books. I thought that was kind of neat. And then they tell you what the author's newest books are. For instance, Lynn Graham's newest book is The Desert King's Blackmailed Bride. This is a series, so here's one of the ads. It says you can step into the lives of billionaires with the latest book in The Billionaire's Legacy, which apparently is the sequel. Maisie Yates, The Last Dyson, claims his prize. And they have pictures. They are very PG-13 for the most part. All the stories are. It's not 50 Shades of Grey. There are a couple little quizzes. There are a few recipes. There are a couple more lavish lifestyles, I guess. The last 2 stories are Society Wedding Secrets by Jennifer Hayward, In Bed with the Boss by Sharon Kendrick. There are some recipes for caramels, truffles, and meringues. Here's the other thing. If you like this kind of story, you will like this magazine. If you are into that type with the bossy man and the women who are just like trying to act strong, but then are just like, yeah, whatever, I'll marry you. If you're into that kind of thing, like these type of romances, then you will like this. If you are not, and you are very independent and don't like controlling men characters and they make you angry, this is not the kind for you. Personally, I tend to like, my kind of romance is Sophie Kinsella and Janet Ivanovich, kind of the Amelia Bedelia style that's going to make me laugh. This is meant for adults.
Time Traveling with a Hamster by Ross Welford. This follows the story of Al Chaudhry. His real name's Albert. His family had a weird obsession with the scientists' names. His dad's name was Pythagoras Chaudhry. They're all named after scientists in his family. When he was 8 years old, his father passed away, and he doesn't remember anything about his father's death other than not being able to cry until several days after his dad died. Now it's his 12th birthday, and he gets a hamster for his birthday, along with a letter from his dad saying, "You need to go to my basement and put together this time machine and travel back in time to 1986 and save me from such and such accident," which is a go-kart accident. Small problem, they don't live in that house anymore, so he has to figure out a way to get back to his old house, which is like 10 miles away. And as he's trying to figure out how to get to his old house, how to travel back in time, he discovers more about his dad's past, and that if he can save him from this go-kart accident that he had when he was 12 years old, his father will not die in the future. future, which is his past. Can he save his dad? And should he change time? This is a fun science fiction adventure with lots of alliteration to different science fiction cliches, but it's really funny and silly and just a fun read. I would recommend this for grades 4 to 7 or ages 8 to 12. This is a review copy from Schwartz & Wade, an imprint of Penguin Random House, and it was provided to us by Kiss the Book.
Now for my favorite book of the week. And I know I'm still getting this author's name wrong, but I'm gonna try it. Mechthild Gläser. This is the book Jumper. This was even better than I imagined. It is not what I imagined because it takes all those stories that you know and love, classics, and it mixes them in, which is why I absolutely loved it. They're characters that you feel are your friends. They're classics. They're the foundations of literature as we know it, and always alluded to, mixed into other stories. And if they changed, if those stories changed, you would notice. Plus you'd be sad. You're like, no, she's not supposed to have a broken leg. She's supposed to be dancing with Mr. Darcy. And the rabbit, well, he's supposed to come get Alice. Wizard of Oz, Pictures of Dorian Gray, The Little Prince. All those stories are mixed in here. Amy Lennox is from Germany, and her mother takes her to the island of Stormsee, and that's their childhood home. And Amy does not know who her father is. She does not know her mother's family at all, and her mother need a vacation. Really need a vacation. Her mother's just broken up with this guy and needs some time away, and Amy has been bullied and cyberbullied by other girls' locker room camera. Amy's grandmother is Lady May Read, and there are 2 families on this island, and both of these families are book jumpers. That means that they are responsible to get into those books and help take care of those characters. And the story, the book jumpers of interaction with them does not happen in the main scenes. It happens off the path of plot, and it happens down in the margins. They can only do this between certain ages, and they're wondering, is she going to be able to do this? But when she gets in there, her first book is The Jungle Book. She meets Shere Khan, who, by the way, he's a pretty nice tiger. He's just mean in the storyline. He helps her to understand what it means to be a book jumper, as well as some other characters that you meet. And you learn about her mother's history. And somebody is stealing main ideas from these books, completely changing them. There's a murder. Nobody believes that she's not the one messing up the story, that she's not going in there and meddling around where she's not supposed to. So it's pretty much up to her, and her friend Will helps her, who she gets along with Will. She doesn't get along with the others so much. Basically, she has to save these ideas, because without these ideas, people are noticing that these books that they love are changing, and they're mad. I loved it. It was fantastical. It was enjoyable. There's some mild language, not too bad. I would say grades 7 and up, or ages 12 and up, and even, well, high school, and some adults are going to really like this book. The character is 17. I do have a lot of people in line to read this book. This is one that I would definitely read again.
Raging Heat by Richard Castle. This, of course, will remind you of the series from the TV show Castle.
It's the book written in Castle. Real life, it's written by the people who wrote Castle. Is Richard Castle still on the back? Just live in your fantasy world and call it good.
So the main characters are Jameson Rook, which is obviously Castle's impersonation of himself, and Nikki Heat, which is, of course, inspired by Kate Beckett. While they're out and about, an illegal immigrant falls from the sky, and nobody knows where this body came from. Of course, it's Castle. And Castle, of course, has his own very imaginative opinions of how this guy came out of the sky, anywhere from aliens to government conspiracies, you name it. You can guess these are really funny books. Along the way of investigating this guy's death, they uncover another lady who is somehow linked to this illegal immigrant, and she shows up brutally tortured and murdered. And now they're thinking that the scenes are somehow linked. Whoever's killed the 2 of them is definitely not going to be done killing, because that wouldn't be a Richard Castle show or book, right? Can they solve the murder case before they become the next victim? Even though parts are a little gruesome, you're gonna laugh your head off from beginning to end, because it's just funniest mystery I've read in a long time, and I can't wait to read the next one. This is definitely grades 10 to adult, or ages 15 all the way through the end of time. This is a review copy from Kingswell Press.
So that is our book haul this week. We have a few more March books left. Our next episode is going to be a combination of books from the March book haul and the April book haul. The April book haul will be very soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can find out about more videos, and share the love of reading with everybody. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.
Bye.